This is the Backlog Podcast with Kevin Lane, bringing you weekly discussions on gaming as well as quick insights into sports, entertainment, and anything else that they can think of. Be sure to check out the BacklogExposed.com, where you can listen to the podcast and get links to Twitter, Discord, YouTube, and Facebook. Now, gear up and get ready because this backlog is about to be exposed.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 69 of the Backlog Podcast. I am your host, Kevin, and with us today, a repeat guest from last year's he had a couple of episodes, really good ones. We got Justin Mikulinski here, and Justin, welcome to the Backlog.
69.
That's right. 69's
Nice.
a good number. What's your favorite reason 69 is such a good number?
What's that?
What's your favorite reason for 69 being such a great number?
It's just really nice.
Sorry, I had to put you on the spot there. So yeah, man, lots of crazy news bouncing around throughout the universe here. We got Modern Warfare coming out soon. There was just a demo of 2v2. Kind of came and went real fast. I saw some people shit on it, but I heard a lot of positive reviews. I
love the 2v2. I think it looks awesome. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something like this. There's like, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone has the same weapon on both sides.
Yep.
There's no mods, there's no kill streaks, nothing like that. It's just who's got the best skill in the match. Skill versus skill.
And you know what that's really going to do is promote the skill that you're talking about for the regular 6 versus 6, or I think they were even saying 20 versus 20 or something like that in some of the modes. So at these 2 versus 2, you're going to get a little bit more aiming and a little bit more focus on the ability to use these guns. And if you're only using the same gun each round, you're going to get a little focus on the guns themselves. So I'm super excited about not just the 2v2, but what else, we've heard about it with the crossplay and some of these other things. I think it's going to be a major impact to the games that are currently out there right now. But it always is. Call of Duty.
Did they say how the guns were going to be selected for each round? Is it just random? Is there like a vote, like a map, or how's that going to work?
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't catch that aspect of it. I wasn't paying attention. I did watch it for a while, but I wasn't paying attention to the round by round decisions that were happening in there. But the graphics, they still look decent. Call of Duty engine and all that. But nothing.
It's a new engine this year, right?
Well, it didn't look to blow me out of the water, to be honest. But it didn't look bad.
That first trailer, the first trailer. The preview there where it looked like some of it was in-game footage looked really good. That was probably on some beefed up PC, I imagine. And obviously it's a vertical slice, so they can add a little bit more polish to it. But then obviously when you get into the meat and potatoes of the game, it probably is going to look very similar to Black Ops 4 and previous Call of Duty titles.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm still really excited. I played a good amount of Black Ops 4. I fell off of it because it's just I don't know. The multiplayer it's too much for me. I don't get zombies. The battle royale mode was fun, but every time I felt like I was just looking for guns, and then finally when I picked one up, I'm dead.
Yep.
So multiplayer's never been my thing. I'm so excited that this actually has a campaign and that Spec Ops is back. I was a huge Spec Ops fan in Modern Warfare 2. Used to go over to my coworker's house. He was 68. He might have been 69 years old, actually. Come to think
69,
of it, he picked up a PS3 and he was a real classy old timer. And he just got into this Modern Warfare, and we used to go there Saturday nights and play till like 2 a.m. So maybe I can get him back playing if he's still alive. I think he is.
Well,
hope he is.
That'd be awesome. One, if he's still alive, but two, if he got back into playing, because
Yeah.
You know, the game environment right now is interesting when you look at. I've been telling you a bit about it. I know you're not a big Discord guy, but the LeakySquad, the LS5 community
Yes.
that I'm a part of, that I lead with 6 other members, and we're up to about 850 members now, and we take on anybody, right? And it's really, really unique right now to see the array of games that people are playing. There are more people in our community that are playing games like Apex Legends and Dead by Daylight than there are people playing Fortnite. And it's probably because our community consists of more adults than kids. There are some players of Fortnite, and there are people who play Minecraft and things like that, which also have a bit of a different demographic. But I'll tell you what, Fortnite is definitely doing some things right now wrong. And I don't know if you've been following along in any of the news stories there, but
I just saw some article about how they were Epic was reversing some of the building that's going on in Fortnite right now. I don't really know what that means. What does that mean?
So, well, for that particular topic, basically they have a thing called turbo build, where you hold down a button and it will build. And I believe it was 0.05 seconds per build. So the delay for building was 0.05 seconds, almost instant. And they changed it to what it used to be a long time ago, which is 0.15 seconds. So when you watch professional level Fortnite, these people are building, spiral staircases and platforms and castles in milliseconds. They're just you're just going up. And what this does is it eliminates the ability to do that. Now, most people can't do that. However, the vocal people, the community themselves, this was impacting even people at Jagger's level in building, because 0.05 to 0.15. Now, if you're just trying, exactly. If you're just trying to build a floor and run at the same pace while the floor is building in front of you, every once in a while it wouldn't build and you'd drop to your death because of the pattern and the delay. So it kind of crazy that they did it, and then that they did it so drastically instantly, and then rolled it back because of the outcry. But there was another outcry at the beginning of Season 10 that is still just absolutely ridiculous. And they added random drops of Mech Warrior, basically like Titanfall Titans.
I saw those, yeah.
And while that might sound cool, it is absolutely the stupidest addition to the game. And for the first time, I barely played last season at all, but I did dip in and do some things to play with Jagger, or, just to see how things were. This is the absolute stupidest addition to Fortnite that I've ever seen. That sword was better than this.
Oh, wow.
And at the beginning, it was basically an indestructible mech outfit that you could put 2 people in, and the second person could pop in and out to kill people. It collected materials as you were in it, and the damage it took was ridiculous. It was like 2,000 compared to your 200.
So was it? Did they have they didn't have a balance of it like Titanfall did, where being in the Titan, when you were in the Titan, that did not necessarily mean you were safe, because all it meant was an operator could jump on your back, drop the bomb in you, and blow you up. No,
they didn't have anything that could do that.
Yeah,
so it was
really need that if they're going to add something like that.
And they've been trying to tweak it over the last 5 weeks to accommodate. So they've lowered health, and they've stopped it from collecting materials as you're just tromping through. Like, you could just jump into a building, and everything you break, and you immediately go to the bottom floor, everything you break would have been collected into your inventory. They've eliminated that. However, it's still ridiculous. Me and my buddy were playing the other day, and it was 2-on-1. The mech was at the bottom of a hill, didn't see me. I had a sniper rifle. I hit it with 2 perfect shots, and then unloaded multiple clips into it. And it wasn't even halfway damaged before it just one-shotted me as it jumped up the hill and stood right in front of me and just killed me. And then my teammate went running, tried to hide, and the thing just killed him from behind. Absolutely stupid stupid, and across the board, everyone feels the same way. But they did say that they put it in there to make sure that people who wouldn't normally get wins had opportunities to get wins. And that's the downfall of Fortnite, for real. People will stop streaming this game. And when people stop streaming the game, it will slowly die. Now, of course, they're not stupid. So at the same time, they turn around and put Borderlands 3 in the game. So Pandora is straight. Yeah, they have Pandora in an area of the map. The loot boxes now look, or the treasure chests now look like the Borderlands 3 loot boxes. You can get the Psycho, the Bandit Psycho, $20, but and then you have Claptrap as a backpack, and it's cell shaded when you go into that area. Everything is cell shaded. It literally looks like Borderlands.
You know what would be awesome?
If Borderlands did a battle royale. What's that?
If they came out with like Lego Fortnite.
I can see that happening.
If you think about it, Lego Worlds, which is supposed to be like Lego Minecraft, that came out a couple years ago, and it just wasn't obviously the same thing. But if they partnered together and it was like a Lego Fortnite mode, I mean, you build in Lego, it's got that cartoony young vibe. They both have it. There's just a lot of synergy there, and I feel like
that would pull so many of the kids. That would pull so many of the kids out of the regular Fortnite game. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, and exactly. And then then they can have Lego Fortnite sets that you can buy for $150 that aren't worth it. And then you could like have your Lego Fortnite skins. Kids love skins, right?
Yep.
Skins are still huge.
One of the big interesting things that I noticed is that they have not announced Fortnite for the Google Stadia yet. And have you been following up on the Stadia? I know I talk about it a bit here.
I watched the video. It was okay. It was a lot of, it wasn't anything new. I mean, I just kind of figured, like, is that something they need to say? Like, I just probably assumed that's going to be there. I don't know.
Well, it is because it's the biggest game in the world, and the announcement will turn heads.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of people. And a lot of people, even on the Discord server that I run, is they don't fully comprehend what Google is doing with Stadia and how it's free. I mean, at the beginning, so in November, only people who pay for it, like the launch bundle, are going to have access.
Yeah, the early adopters.
But then, probably January or February, after the system's been ironed out and proven, they'll open it up to everybody. But when they do, you don't need to pay for anything. Your controller will work. If you have a Chromecast or a smart TV, you can get to it, and all you have to do is buy the games.
You're talking to the guy that bought the Steam box and Steam controller when it came out. Did you have that?
I do. I have the. I like the Steam controller. I talk about it a lot. It's just a little clunky, but
it's good for RTSs. I tried playing The Witcher. See, I tried playing The Witcher 3 from my PC onto my TV with the Steam box. That's not a game that's really meant for. And I don't know, I couldn't get it into the controller. I think the Xbox controller is the perfect controller. So my son plays with the Steam controller as if it's just a toy, throws it around, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding an Xbox controller right now, and it does kind of feel good in my hands. I have a SCUF controller,
you got the SCUF.
And just going back and forth between the two, I don't like the SCUF that I have. I don't like it. I
got the Elite. The Elite is good.
I have the SCUF Impact, and the reason I got that is because it has the 4 buttons on the back.
Yeah, that's what the Elite has too.
Does the Elite have 4? Is the Elite shaped like an Xbox controller or a PS4 controller?
Oh, it's an Xbox controller. Xbox Elite.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
And they have the Elite. They have the Elite 2 that's coming out in the fall, and it's going to have some pretty good improvements. It's going to have a 40-hour battery life, and when you put it in the case, it'll actually charge the controller, which is nice.
Oh wow! But that's a Microsoft branded product, right?
Yes, it is. But it'll work with PC too if you play on that. But if you're on PS4, then that's not gonna help you. So
yeah,
stuck with the SCUF.
Yeah, and I should have, when I got the SCUF, I should have went with a DualShock 4 themed, but it is what it is. You don't get to hold them before you buy them. They don't. It's not like these things sell, in stores. And so you're at risk. It is what it is.
Yep. Hey, you played Control yet?
No, but I did watch a couple of videos on it, and it looks decent.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of that, what was that PlayStation title where you had like all the
Psyops?
powers? No, not that one, where you
Psyops.
had all the powers, not Psyops.
Infamous?
Infamous. Yes, it reminded me a lot of Infamous.
It's got that kind of feel. Absolutely. There was a PS2 title from like 2002 called Psyops that was kind of like that. That was from Sony Bend, who made Days Gone, and they made Siphon Filter. So I just started playing yesterday. I'm only an hour in. It's a really weird, cool vibe in the game. Everything has a cool look. The gameplay is good. It's the shooting is it's not as tight as I would want third person shooting to be.
Yeah.
But you just gotta have to mess with it a little bit. You die pretty easy. You're definitely not a bullet sponge. So, but it's pretty early on in the game, so I'm assuming I'll level up, and once I get more powers and everything like that. I haven't figured out if there's a cover button, so I'm just kind of running around and shooting, and it's not good. That doesn't feel good, but the story, the music, everything about it is cool. It's a Remedy game, from the makers of Alan Wake and Max Payne 2,
Okay.
Quantum Break. So I love their games. I'm a big fan of them. They've never had Max Payne was a huge game for them, but Alan Wake came out the same day as Red Dead Redemption in 2010, and it just got squashed. Quantum Break didn't really do what people wanted it to do because it had that whole television aspect of it with episodes in between, because they were going off of what the Xbox One's original message was, where it was like, oh, it's going to replace your TV or your cable box or whatever. But this game, it's tight. It's a cool story. I've been reading a lot of impressions and in reviews, and people seem to really dig it. I highly recommend it. It kind of feels like, it's not like AAA though. It kind of feels a little bit more like a B game, like it'd be a better price for $40. So, it's probably going to be like a 10 to 20 hour game. I pre-ordered it because I just get excited for shit. And I'm like, I want that. Give it to me now.
Same here. I usually do. I've been pretty good about it. About not doing that.
Adult shit,
Yeah. I have a couple of games that I've been able to test and try, like Black Desert Online. I played a little bit of that in the alpha.
I've seen that on the store.
Yeah, and that looked pretty good. I mean, visually it was good. A little clunky, but
what is it?
It's an MMORPG. Get quests and run around and stuff. But the character creation was very deep. And
does it play like WoW? Or is it?
It felt more like
Is it more action based?
Like a Skyrim-ish, that's what it felt like. You have magic and stuff like that. But their menu system was so deep that it just proves that a game like World of Warcraft, if they took the time, could be in it. Like every button kind of opened up a radial menu of tons of things you could do. I didn't have enough time really to play it to truly get into it. And I feel like if I did, it would have been fun, more fun than I had. I spent more time doing the character creation, which they have. It's super in-depth to the point where the characters, you can upload them and people can download the character instantly throughout, like while you were playing. You could change your character based off of somebody else's upload. So, it was pretty cool. Let me see here. I have a couple of games I'm going to be reviewing. One's called Vigor, which is made by Bohemian Entertainment. Kind of funny that I got a review code for this, considering how they handled my DayZ review request. But Vigor is hopefully this one is a good game and I get to test it out. I'm going to be playing that one on the Xbox, and it's a survival type game. It's out right now, so just get to play it and try it. And then
love them survival.
Yeah, for sure. And I do like that style. I wish that DayZ had a little bit more to it, but some people have been playing it and it just looks almost identical to what it did 11, 12 years ago when I tried it, or however long it was, 9, 10. And so it's a kind of a shame there. Outside
Have you seen
of
that Ancestors game?
Oh, I did look at a preview for that as well. That looked more like live action, right?
It's no, it's got an Ubisoft Assassin's Creed art style to it. 'Cause
Okay.
the guy that created Assassin's Creed made this game. He started his own studio, and it's incredibly deep for what it is. It's survival. You play as a monkey or an ape. I forget the difference. I think monkeys have tails and apes don't. I don't know. Whatever. You're a monkey.
Oh, that one. Yes, I saw that when we were climbing up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the climbing looks good. It's definitely got some cool traversal things to it. And then you literally will evolve, and like 15 years will pass, and you'll be the descendants of playing as a descendants of you. I don't know how far it goes. I would love if this was just like an ongoing game that like 5 years from now it's like 2031 and like these it's evolved into a sci-fi shooter game, horror, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it is going to be that. I think it's just monkeys and shit with sticks. You can fuck monkeys in the game as a monkey.
Are you serious?
They don't show it, but you gotta pick bugs off the back of a female over and over, and then it eventually like opens up to like, oh, you've mated and now you are pregnant, or now she is pregnant. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
They got that. They did that.
So a couple of other quick things too. I'm going to be reviewing a game called Touring Carts, which I believe is a VR game. I do have We Happy Few. There's an expansion to that I will be reviewing. Been playing that a little bit. And Wreckfest. Have you seen Wreckfest?
I have seen Wreckfest. That's been in early access on Steam for many, many years.
Yep.
And podcast I follow over at Giant Bomb, the editor-in-chief over there, Jeff Gerstmann, talks about that game quite a bit. And he got a new video card for his PC, and he got a G-Sync monitor, and that was one of the first games that he loaded up so that he could, play at 144 frames per second. And apparently it just looked incredible. So be curious to see what that's like on a console.
Yeah, interesting enough, I have not I'm not very good at racing games, and so I have not been able to get to where I want to in this game yet. But it is fun. In a streaming capacity, I didn't have a whole lot of fun streaming the game because I'm not good at racing. And
Wait,
so
are you streaming the game, or is Jimmy T streaming the game?
I was. Jimmy was out of town at that moment. He's actually been he's been hanging out over in the Midwest, doing something. I don't know exactly what he's up to, but I keep getting shipments of corn and all sorts of things being sent my way. So we're going to be hearing from him soon. I think he did say he was coming back this week, so I'm looking forward to that. Let me see real quick. I just want to, because I do have to put us on hold here. But I'm going to be doing another review on, I just want to call these games out so that I know. Let me see, where did my spreadsheet go? Okay, Hunt Showdown. I got a review code for that as well. And a little bit later today, I'm going to be talking a little bit deeper about Iratus, Lord of the Dead. So, Justin, before we wrap up this segment, I wanted to check and see, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about or plug before we go?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Mikanotron, MIKONOTRON. You can watch my stream nowhere because I don't do that.
Could we talk you into it? You think you'll ever do that?
If I can actually play games on a more consistent level instead of like, my wife is asleep. Is she? Poke her a couple times. All right, she's asleep. Time to turn on the PlayStation, and I'm asleep. If I can get past that, then yeah, absolutely. I think it would be fun. I think it's great that people can get out there and express how they want to be, the personality that they want to be, and create communities and talk to them and develop relationships and friendships. At the end of the day, gaming is meant to be fun. It's meant to be an escape. It's turned into a lot more for a lot of people. It's turned into careers and made millionaires, and I don't think that's anything I'm ever going to be.
But
at least
I look at it this way. Right? A lot of people who don't seem to understand or don't get it or don't want to be involved in it, it's about building communities.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the coolest thing that I've been able to do, even in a small capacity, is get 10, 12, sometimes 15. I've had upwards of 50 people in my chat at the same time. But building these communities where people are hanging out and talking to each other that would have never done so before. And a great example of this, and I'll wrap this up with this to end this segment here, is that the other night I was playing and we were having a really good time. I had a couple of great people in my chat, and out of nowhere, someone comes in my chat with an interesting naughty girl or whatever, right? And I thought it was a bot. I thought it was somebody messing with me. And turned out that no, it was just a porn star who happened to be browsing through different channels and came across mine. And because I was working on Photoshop or something, she was stopping to watch, and I called her out. Next thing you know, but I didn't know she was a porn star. I just knew that she had a funny name. And we went back and forth. She ended up subscribing to my channel, and she has over 50,000 followers on her Twitch channel, which she barely ever uses, because she has 750,000 on her Instagram. So she's like, it's super easy to get followers if you have almost 1 million. And but the fact is, she, random person comes in and had a decent conversation with my crew, my chat, which, as they started to realize who she was during it, it was a bit interesting. But anything could happen, and anyone could come by. And there's always these stories of billionaires coming in, princes from the Middle East coming in and just tipping somebody 10 grand. Well, we got people in LeakySquad that love to share they've run into some money here and there, and they reuse what they get and they donate to the people that are streaming within the community. And it's a very welcoming and very awesome community to help get people started. Not everyone who does it's going to be rich. Not everyone who does it's going to be successful at it. But we're trying to give people the opportunity to be so. The hardest part is getting a couple people to watch you. The beginning, when I first started streaming, I'm streaming to 0 people. And I didn't know how do I get people to come in? And I'd tell some friends, but they're not interested. And so, you're waiting, and then you log off. And then you do it again the next day, and you wait and you wait. Well, in a community, you don't even know what's going to happen, right? People come in, and next thing you know, you're having conversations you never would have thought you had. In the community, they'll see that you're online, they'll come to your channel, or you'll make friends within the community. And then next thing you know, you got 2 or 3 people watching. Well, if someone sees you have 2 or 3 people, they might stick around for an extra moment. And now you have 4, 5, and it grows. It takes time, it takes effort, but it's a lot of fun. And it does require you going out and reaching out to other people as well. It's that networking. So anybody who's interested, check out, you can go to my bio.fm profile, bio.fm/backlog. And from there, you'll have a link right to our Discord server. Again, that's bio.fm/backlog. You get right in. There's no approval process to get into the Discord. And once you're in, you're in. It's up to you to make the connections. It's up to you to move forward and grow. And we'll help you do it if you want it. So, Justin, it's been awesome having you. That? Oh, what? Go ahead.
You need to start streaming on Pornhub.
Yeah, good point.
You just need time to branch out, man. You could find a whole other following that you have no idea exists.
How funny would that be if I just did, but didn't have any, rated R or X-rated content just the whole time, just me streaming?
People do it. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing.
Really?
Absolutely. There's a guy on there that he just puts videos up, and it's just like him just being respectful to women.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's people like Alex Jones that are using it because that's like the only place that they can go. But no, there is absolutely there's communities on Pornhub, and
Wow.
because obviously you can get away with a little bit more on Pornhub than you can on YouTube. So yeah, really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. We all lead busy lives, but it's always good to catch up, talk some video games.
That's right, and we'll get you back on again soon. I know this was a shorter one
Absolutely
than we normally do,
yeah,
but
no worries.
dude, I really appreciate it. Great to catch up with you again, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the podcast. As always, I love having people on like Justin, who, I've known him for a while, and he has a lot of different games that he plays that aren't exactly the games I normally would talk about. But then it's like we start talking about it, and I realize, oh yeah, that's a game I would play or have played or whatever. We talk a lot about battle royales and things here, and so it's great to have that other perspective. So we really appreciate having Justin on. Definitely working to get some other talent on the podcast. Some people you've never talked about before, or we've never talked about or talked to on the cast. And so, not going to name any names. I don't want to hype anybody up without having any confirmations. But looking to get not one but two female streamers on the podcast. I know some people who are working towards their partnership within Twitch, and I think it would be good to get that aspect. We haven't really talked much with any females here on the podcast, and these two are both powerhouses in their own right, and I hope that they earn it, and if they don't, we're going to continue to support them so that they can earn their partnership within Twitch. But I want to get them on the podcast, have them be able to talk about their experiences, maybe see if they've shared any similar experiences on their journeys, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. So anyways, stay tuned. I'll give you an update as we get more information, if that's possible. Want to talk a little bit about the game We Happy Few. Now, I was recently gifted not gifted, but I was recently given a code to test this game out and give it a review, or talk about it on the podcast. And I gotta say, pretty lackluster for me. And I hate doing that. I hate talking about a game and not really having a whole lot to say about it, but it's the truth. And I try to be honest here about all my game reviews. And so this is a game that it just seems more of a story than a game. And I know as you get in deeper, the game itself evolves, and there's crafting and all sorts of things that you need to do, but just so many things felt forced and unnecessary. And maybe as the game gets deeper, it gets harder or more necessary to do these types of things, but the crafting just felt like a thing to add to the game as opposed to using it for the game's momentum. I don't know what the best way to say it is, but it's like, oh, let's put this wall in your way. We're not just going to have lockpicks laying around. We're going to give you bobby pins and some metal, and once you get enough of that, then you can craft a lockpick. And then the lockpick just works. Again, maybe that gets harder as the game goes along, but it seemed to be much more focused on the story itself. And in reading a little bit about the game after playing it, because I didn't know anything about this game. I hadn't read anything about it. I haven't watched anything about it. I just got to say I was underwhelmed. And I hate saying that, because I know these people put a lot of time into it. And there's probably plenty of people who would play this game and enjoy it. But with all the games I have available to me, many of them being free or very inexpensive because of sales, I couldn't stomach myself playing more than an hour of this. And, I streamed a bunch of it. I tried playing a little bit offline. It just wasn't doing it for me. I tried. I really wanted to get into it. I wanted to, play a little bit more. But for me, I'm going to stay away from that franchise unless something else really wows me to pull me back in. again, for those of you who enjoy this style of game, it's questing, it's navigation, but it felt so linear. And again, maybe it opens up as you get further along, but that's not what I really read in a lot of the reviews that I read after playing it and wondering, am I just one of the people here who is, unique and not liking this game? No, it seems like that seems to be a common thing. And I don't know. I hope that I'm not offending anybody with that, but at the same time, I want to warn anybody who's thinking about playing that game. Additionally, I did play, they had a VR thing, I think it was around Halloween, where you could download it. And so that was another situation where it was a very underwhelming experience. It was a VR experience of a guy talking, a little creepy or weird or whatever, but it didn't do it for me. And so I didn't realize that was the same game until I played a little bit of this, and I'm like, oh, okay, that whole experience. And it's about doing drugs, like they're forcing drugs on you, and if you don't take the drugs, they kill you. The one clever thing that got a chuckle out of me was at the beginning of the game, you get an option. Like, you have to sit through all this, opening stuff, and then you get a choice. Take the pill or don't take the pill. And I said, take the pill, and it's game over, credits rolled, And it doesn't even explain that you're not supposed to take the pill. I guess that's part of it, is that experience is supposed to be kind of funny. I guess you're supposed to either figure it out or know already that that's how you do it. I did get a chuckle out of that. After that, there wasn't a whole lot of chuckles. It was just like, oh, okay. Maybe for a younger crowd, being 39, this one just didn't do it for me at all. And so, with that being said, I'd say pass on that one, Wreckfest. I played a bunch of Wreckfest, and this is a game that's been highly anticipated. It was in pre-alpha or whatever stage in Steam. Now it's on PlayStation as a full-fledged game. If I were better at racing, I would love this game. And I'm playing it more and more. I definitely want to get to the capability of being able to compete in racing. I tried streaming it. I felt like it was boring to stream. I was having a lot more fun, but I had to focus so much on my gameplay that, I don't know, if I were more apt to be, better at driving games and things like that, I would have been able to focus less on the game and more on the chat, but it just seemed a lot like probably boring for them, since I was no good. If I was better, they might want to see what I've got, but there was never a chance of me even winning against the bots. And I turned the difficulty down, so it was a little difficult for me. Probably a lot of racing fans and fans of the other, that style of game would laugh at me saying that, but I'm going to continue to play it because I had a lot of fun. And so I would say if Wreckfest is on your to-go list or your go-to list, that's the type of game you're going to play, definitely pick it up. It's the handling and everything, you get to upgrade your car. I just want to crash. I just want to drive in and do Destruction Derby. That's the whole point of me getting, and I have not made it to that point yet. I'm going to keep playing until I do, because I guess that's a part of the game. But you have to play through some of the storyline or whatever, or maybe I just haven't seen that I can just jump right in. The first thing you do is drive around on lawnmowers. And that was a lot of fun, but again, I'm just no good. So it took me like 25 times to even get through that. So I'm going to keep playing it because I actually enjoy it. But that doesn't mean, that doesn't mean I'm going to ever be good at it. We got another one for you to talk about. I think I've probably talked about this a couple times, but this one's on the Switch. It's called Marble It Up. And, I just want to make sure I've talked about this because, again, I'm sure I have. But, guys, if you've ever played Marble Madness on the original Nintendo, I think it was, that was one of my favorite freaking games when I was a kid. I just remember having so much fun trying to get through those levels. It's a great, just little puzzle type, playing marbles, and really just had a lot of fun with that game when I was a kid. This is next generation Marble Madness. If you ever played Marble Madness, that's what it is. Essentially, you are a marble. You roll the marble around, and you got to get through these courses. There's things you got to do. You got to bounce. You got to jump. You got to essentially go off wall. All sorts of things. And Marble Madness was so much fun, and this is Marble Madness on steroids. My son, 8 years old, playing this thing like a fiend. He loves this game. So not only is it for adults, but it's also for kids. This game is a really good if you're bored and you just want to play a game that doesn't make you think too much. You can use the switch to roll, to lean left and right to impact the marble. So yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend this game. Let me check the price on this one. So you can get Marble It Up on the Nintendo Switch right now for... Why is it so hard to find the price of things? Nintendo, seriously, I cannot stand Nintendo's store. I cannot. They've never done it right. They suck at online, and now, okay, so Nintendo.com/games is, better looking site than it used to be, but I clicked on Game Store. It brings up, all these different tabs. Now, so I'm going to Game Store, and I'm on Switch games. But I typed in Marble It Up. I want to search for Marble It Up. Now I got to go back to search, and there it is. Okay, I click on it again. I was already on this page. I want to buy it, right? Let's say I want to buy this game right now. I've now come to the page. There it is, $19.99. I don't know if it's just me or if that wasn't there before, but holy shit. Guys, this Nintendo.com sucks so bad. It always has. They are terrible with their online eShops and everything. I mean, get with the fucking time. Same with PlayStation. PlayStation's eShop store is just so clunky. We don't care, fucking go with an Amazon style. Something quick, snappy. I want to go through games. I want to click on it and see a fucking video. Everything is so robust, and it just seems like you're overdoing it with the code. Okay, chill out. Make it a shopping cart. It doesn't have to be this experience that slows the fucking best phones in the market down. I'm so sick of that. Okay, rant over. Couple more to talk about here. We got a game called Overwhelm. Now, this one was given to me to test out a while back, and so I'm just touching on this one. This is, and I did talk about this a little bit, but, I'm just trying to catch up on some of these reviews. I was backlogged, so you could say. And Overwhelm is just a super tough game. It's like a 8-bit looking, you only get a certain number of lives, and it overwhelms you. I couldn't play too much of this one. Just wasn't my style of game. Maybe if I was younger, or if it was like, if I was really enjoy being so challenged that, one life and you die and it's over type of thing. But we've been given, a pass on that since I was a kid. TMNT and some of those games, Ghost and Goblins, when you were a kid and you got through all your lives and it's like game over, no continue. That sucked. It sucked, and I'm not going to play games that, I'm a more casual gamer than I am trying to beat all these challenges and stuff. So I'm not too worried about all that. So anyways, a couple tidbits of news. The No Man's Sky came out, obviously, and the VR aspect of it. And, it's getting really good reviews. People are talking about it. People are playing it. And so that just tells you that they did something right. And I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see that entire company, Hello Games, is finally getting some recognition. And people are finally happy with what they're putting out. They're a good group. And so, they put a lot of time and effort into it. They obviously wanted that game to be awesome at the beginning. And it just didn't perform at the beginning the way that they hoped it would. But I know that they keep putting money into it, they keep putting time into it, and so I am super happy about that. Let's see, Fortnite threw in the Borderlands 3 crossover with Psycho, Claptrap, and the Pandora Zone. At the same time, they fucked their game up pretty hard. We talked a little bit about this with Justin, and it is newsworthy that they put this really cool stuff. I love the collaboration. I hate all these changes. I don't mind little changes here and there, but these changes are so drastic that they are obviously, it's changed from developers trying to be crafty and cool to people trying to make as much money as possible. How do we maximize the money, and how do we keep people playing? And that's what stops me from playing every game I stop playing. It's when it becomes so grindy. The only thing you're doing is playing the game. I mean, guys, there's so many skins. And yes, the Psycho skin is awesome to have. But I'm going to be playing Borderlands 3. So, it's everything is so trivial now, and the prices of everything is so high that it's making me take a second thought on, do I need to play this? Do I need to play it? And then the answer is no. I went in, I looked at the Battle Pass. I mean, I bought the Battle Pass because I just do. But I used to buy the Battle Pass plus the tiers and get a leg up. And there's no need. I don't care. If I need to grind for a couple of hours at the last, couple of hours of the last day and get as much as I can, that's it. But the game used to pull me in so much, and I'm not even trying to not let it. It's just they're just so hellbent on keeping you there rather than giving you the best experience they can. And that mech sucks so bad that I don't want to fucking play it. So there you go. That's the facts. Ninja just signed a deal with Adidas. Also, after going to the Microsoft and Mixer, they're making waves. And Ninja's obviously he's a brand, and when a company like Adidas is getting into the mix with all of this streaming and all that, guys, it's obvious that this stuff is just beginning. It's not slowing down. It's not a fad. It's real. And I know Ninja himself is just a brand that's so powerful and popular, but there's nothing wrong with it. And, everyone's getting into the mix, so I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. Anyways, I'm super excited about November. We got the Stadia coming. The early adopters get to jump on in. I think I'm going to be right. It's going to blow everything out of the water. It's going to change the game. Hasn't yet. It will. Now, in talking about that, Google Stadia, NVIDIA, I got brought in to play on the the GeForce Now cloud gaming service. Looks like it's coming to Android phones. I don't have it yet on my phone. So Google is going to be bringing Stadia to Pixel phones. And you know what? Look, NVIDIA just jumped right on it. And so it's a little clunky. Actually, the first couple times I played, what it feels like is you open up a remote desktop session. And instead of playing on your computer, you're playing on Steam on some remote desktop. All the processing power is happening on the other end. So I haven't played Fortnite or anything like that on it yet, but I'm going to give it a try. I want to see if I have a lower ping. And, there's a whole lot to go along with it. You're not using your video card. So for streamers, you got to think about this, right? A streamer has to buy a streaming PC and a gaming PC. You got to install the software. You got to have the hard drives. You got to have the power. You got to keep up with it. Well, if NVIDIA, if you buy a computer that's good enough to get you to stream the game, like what if it's on a laptop? I got to go try it on a shitty laptop and see. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put Google Stadia to the test too. If I have a laptop that has a good connection, I have gigabit internet at home. I have a crap laptop. I'm going to put that laptop on there. I want to see how good it plays. I paid for the 4K. I mean, I know my laptop doesn't have 4K, but it better be doing 1080p pretty good. So we're going to find out. And I have access to the NVIDIA Now. So one of the things I want to try is on NVIDIA Now, I want to try the hooking up my controller to it and things like that. We'll see. I don't know how much the service is going to be. Right now, it is free for me. So I'm going to read this article later. But it looks like there's no answers yet on all of that. One of the things that we have not seen is Fortnite being announced for Stadia. I think they're gearing up for a big announcement or something probably right before it comes out. They'll do Google Stadia gets, founders get a skin or something. There's no doubt it's going to go to Stadia. I don't know why it wouldn't. it's not like Fortnite is exclusive anywhere, so having it on Stadia would only make sense, and it would bring the most attention to that game or to that system than anything because you can play it anywhere. So it's going to be very key. Let's see some gameplay of Death Stranding came out. Looks really good. I'm super excited about it. Same with Cyberpunk 2077. They just announced that that's coming to Google Stadia. That'll be a game I buy. 100%. 100%. I cannot wait. I think I'm going to be a Stadia guy, guys and girls. I'm going to be a Stadia. I'm going to try. I am not looking to buy another system that I have to blow the fans out of or anything. I went almost all digital this generation from the beginning, from day one. And I'm going to maintain that. And if I have to just stick with Google Stadia, if Google Stadia can pull the games and I don't have to buy another system, I won't. I'm saying it now. Now, if Google doesn't pull through and they, this is just a fad for them, which you never know, then I'll do what I got to do. But I'm all about this. I'm all about it, and I can't wait. Let's see. What else do we got to talk about before I wrap it up? How to stream Xbox One games on your Windows PC. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What else do we got to talk about? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything huge here that we need to discuss, but I'll tell you what. Got a couple of games coming out. Astral Chain is coming out August 30th, which was yesterday. I am recording this over a couple of days. Just been super busy. World of Warcraft Classic is just dominating on Twitch. It's crazy right now. Fortnite is trending down. Now, they still have more active streamers by far. They still have more people playing, but it's trending. And games like World of Warcraft, which have been around for so damn long and have just so much buying power, so much power overall, it's like they all chipping away. But, Fortnite, they did the right thing with the bandit, and then they do the wrong thing with fucking with the gameplay, pissing everybody off. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I know they're not going anywhere. But we have, in just a week, 2 weeks, Borderlands 3. One of the most anticipated games in quite some time. That's coming out. I know Joe's super excited about it. But then we also have Biomutant. This is a game that looks a lot of fun. I'm excited about that one. We'll see. A little cat with a sniper rifle, fox or whatever the hell it is. Definitely looking forward to it. I'm gonna wait to buy it, but if it's good, I'll pick it up. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, September 24th. We got FIFA 2020, September 27th. Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. What? September 24th. I played the hell out of that, but oh wait, no, that's Neverwinter Nights, not Neverwinter. Okay. Doctor Who, the game, I'll play that. Spice and Wolf VR, Contra, Rogue Ops. What is that? Is that Contra? That does look a lot like Contra, but is that, I don't know. That one, I'll keep my eye on it. That's for sure. We'll see. We'll see about Contra Rogue Ops. All the 20s games are coming out, so NBA 2K20, WWE 2K20, all that stuff's going to start rolling out soon. Can't wait to see Todd out there in his Viking Raiders getup. Definitely super excited. I'll be buying that right away. I haven't really played a whole lot of the 2K19, but at the same time, gotta support my boy. Planet Side Arena. Don't know what that is, but I'll take a look into that a little bit. That might be, sounds like either an arena-style Planet Side game or maybe a Battle Royale. Who knows? VR Ping Pong Pro. I think the last one was pretty shitty, so who knows? That's the most anticipated games coming up for the PS4. Let's see if the Xbox has anything specific. Gears 5 coming up in September 10th. That's a big one. Code Vein. That's on PS4 as well. We got Greedfall coming out soon. A lot of good games coming out real soon. The Surge 2, I've been seeing a bunch about that. Again, that's not just exclusive to Xbox. There's Contras going on all over the place. Nothing standing out that's an Xbox exclusive other than that Gears 5. So, anyways, everybody, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I have such a good game plan here for this podcast. The episodes are getting harder to keep up with just because of all the things I'm working on right now with LS5, LeakySquad. Shout out to those boys over there. and the girls in the Discord. It's really picking up, almost 850 members. We probably already have them by now. On top of that, we got a subreddit. So you can go to reddit.com/r/LeakySquad. You can also find us at bio.fm/LeakySquad, where you can have access to all of our social media, such as Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I don't even know, all of it, everything. YouTube. We're putting videos up. We got a lot of people out there who have great content, so we're going to be highlighting that. We got streamers of the week, people that you should be looking at, paying attention to, and just a lot of good stuff. And if you're a streamer or an aspiring streamer or just want to be around streamers, definitely join up. You can get a link to the Leaky Squad Discord by checking the show notes, because I'm going to have it in there. And everybody, I appreciate y'all sticking around. Episode 69 is in the books. Next week, we're going to be hitting the 70s, and that's springtime. That's the weather you want in the springtime, the 70s. So, everybody, I am Kevin. I am out, and that's a wrap.